10 ways to become more valuable and wealthy. Golden key to prosperity. The blueprint for financial freedom. Financial success isn't a privilege reserved for the elite, the fortunate, or the extraordinarily talented. It's a journey accessible to anyone willing to transform their mindset, take charge of their decisions, and act with unwavering commitment. The reason most people never achieve financial mastery isn't a lack of opportunity, intelligence, or hard work. It's a failure to cultivate the beliefs and habits that create wealth. They follow societal norms, adhere to unexamined assumptions about money, and allow external circumstances to dictate their financial reality. This guide is your invitation to break free from that cycle and design a life of abundance. Wealth is not merely about accumulating dollars. It's about who you become in the process of earning, managing, and multiplying your resources. It's about building a life where fear, scarcity, and uncertainty no longer hold sway. True financial freedom begins with a single, powerful decision: to take responsibility for your future, reject mediocrity, and align your actions with your highest potential. This isn't a promise of overnight riches or effortless gains. It's a commitment to mastering principles that, when applied consistently, yield transformative results over time. In the following pages, you'll explore 10 proven strategies to reshape your financial destiny. These are not quick fixes or superficial tactics. They are foundational shifts in how you think, behave, and interact with money. From embracing an abundance mindset to taking relentless action, each strategy builds upon the last, creating a robust framework for lasting wealth and personal growth. Whether you're starting from scratch or seeking to elevate your current success, these principles will empower you to take control. By the end, you'll not only understand what it takes to become more valuable and wealthy, you'll be equipped to start today. Let's embark on this journey together. Body. 10. Strategies to master your financial destiny strategy. 1. Embrace an abundance. Mindset. Your financial reality is a reflection of your mental framework. If you believe money is scarce, opportunities are limited, or success is reserved for a select few, you'll unconsciously undermine your own progress. An abundance mindset isn't about denying challenges or pretending wealth is easy. It's about recognizing that money is a renewable resource created through value, and that you have the capacity to generate it. Scarcity thinking traps you in a cycle of fear. You hesitate to invest, avoid risks, and limit your ambitions with phrases like, "I can't afford it," or "That's not for people like me." These words aren't just expressions. They're self-fulfilling prophecies that shape your choices and outcomes. An abundance mindset rewrites this narrative. Instead of asking, "Well, why can't I?" you ask, "How can I make this work? What skills do I need to acquire? Who can I learn from?" This shift transforms you from a passive reactor to an active creator. Consider the story of Sarah, a single mother who grew up in a low-income household where money was always tight. She internalized the belief that wealth was out of reach, but after attending a personal development seminar, she began challenging her assumptions. She replaced, "I'll never have enough," with, "How can I create more value?" She started a small online tutoring business, leveraging her teaching skills. Within 2 years, her income tripled, not because she worked harder, but because she believed in possibility and acted on it. To cultivate an abundance mindset, practice gratitude for what you have while staying open to what's possible. Study successful individuals, not to envy them, but to dissect their strategies. For example, examine how entrepreneurs like Elon Musk approach problems. They see obstacles as opportunities to innovate. Adopt their curiosity by asking better questions. What can I offer that solves a pressing need? How can I turn my skills into income? Language is a powerful tool in this process. Eliminate scarcity-driven phrases from your vocabulary. Say, "I'm learning to earn more." Instead of, "I'm broke," say, "I'll find a way," instead of, "It's impossible." These small shifts rewire your brain, making you more attuned to opportunities others overlook. Over time, you'll notice a change in how you approach challenges. Where others see dead ends, you'll see pathways. Abundance also means trusting your resilience. Imagine losing everything today. Your savings, your job, your assets. An abundance mindset assures you that you could rebuild, not through luck, but through your ability to create value. This belief liberates you from panic. You stop hoarding money out of fear and start directing it toward growth. You view money as a tool, not a threat, and use it to build a life of impact. Practical steps to embrace abundance. Write down 3 limiting beliefs about money, e.g., money is hard to earn, and reframe them positively, e.g., I can learn to earn more by adding value. Read one book on wealth creation, such as Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, within the next 30 days. Practice asking, how can I make this work? When faced with financial obstacles. Spend 5 minutes daily visualizing a life of financial freedom, and note how it feels. Connect with someone who embodies an abundance mindset and ask them about their approach to money. An abundance mindset is the bedrock of financial mastery. It influences how you take risks, negotiate deals, and seize opportunities. Without it, even the best strategies will falter. With it, you'll unlock a world of possibilities. Strategy 2. Forge a wealth-building identity. Your financial outcomes mirror your self-concept. If you see yourself as someone who's perpetually struggling, your reality will align with that belief, no matter how much you earn. To build wealth, you must first construct an identity rooted in abundance, confidence, and value, a version of yourself that expects success and acts accordingly. Many people chase external rewards, raises, clients, investments, without upgrading the person pursuing them. This disconnect leads to self-sabotage. You might earn a windfall, but if your identity is still tied to scarcity, you'll squander it through impulsive spending, hesitation, or fear-driven choices. Your outer world can't sustainably rise above your inner beliefs. Take the example of James, a freelance graphic designer who struggled to charge what his work was worth. Despite his talent, he saw himself as just a freelancer, not a professional, worthy of premium rates. After working with a mentor, he began reframing his identity. He stopped saying, I'm lucky to get any clients, and started saying, I deliver exceptional value. He raised his rates, invested in professional development, and within a year, his income doubled because he aligned his actions with a new self-image. Building a wealth-building identity starts with language. Words shape your reality. Stop saying, I'm broke, or I'm bad with money even in jest. These reinforce a poverty mindset. Instead, speak from your future. I'm learning to manage wealth effectively. I'm building a legacy. These affirmations aren't about faking it, they're about aligning your self-talk with your vision. It feels unnatural at first, but repetition makes it authentic. Identity is solidified through action. Every time you make a choice your old self would have avoided, saving a portion of your income, negotiating a contract, or learning a high-value skill, you reinforce a new belief. These actions, however small, compound into a new normal. You begin to carry yourself differently. You stop hesitating in money conversations. You stop undercharging for your services. You command respect because you've learned to respect your own worth. To forge this identity, ask yourself, who is the version of you that earns freely, invests wisely, and leads confidently? What habits do they practice? What boundaries do they set? Are your current choices aligned with that person? If not, start acting like them today. For instance, if your future self saves 20% of their income, start saving 5% now. If they negotiate boldly, practice asking for a small raise or in discount this week. These steps bridge the gap between who you are and who you're becoming. Consistency is key. Identity isn't changed by one grand gesture, it's shaped by daily decisions. Each time you choose discipline over excuses, you vote for your new self. Over time, this version of you becomes second nature. You'll notice it in how you handle opportunities. Instead of shrinking, you step forward. Instead of doubting, you act. Practical steps to forge your identity. Identify one self-limiting phrase you use, e.g., I'm not good with money, and replace it with an empowering one, e.g., I'm mastering my finances. Take one action today that aligns with your wealth-building identity, such as saving $10, reading about investments, or updating your professional profile. Visualize your future self daily for 5 minutes, focusing on 3 specific traits they embody, e.g., confidence, discipline, generosity. Write a 1-page letter from your future self, describing the life you've built and the habits that got you there. Share your financial goals with a trusted friend to reinforce your commitment. Your income will follow your identity, not the other way around. By becoming someone who expects abundance and acts with purpose, you set the stage for financial breakthroughs. Strategy 3. Heal your relationship with money. Money is more than numbers. It's deeply emotional. It carries the weight of your past, how your family managed it, what it symbolized, what it cost you emotionally. If money meant tension, guilt, or scarcity in your childhood, those feelings linger, influencing how you earn, spend, and save today. To master your finances, you must confront these emotions and rewrite the story you've inherited. Start with radical honesty. Face your financial reality without shame or avoidance. List your income, expenses, debts, and savings. This exercise isn't about judgment, it's about clarity. Then dig deeper. How do you feel about these numbers? Does spending spark anxiety? Does earning feel like a burden? Do you tie your self-worth to your bank balance? These emotions, often buried, can drive your financial decisions. For example, if you associate money with stress, you might avoid checking your accounts or making investments, perpetuating chaos. Consider Lisa, who grew up in a household where money was a source of constant arguments. As an adult, she avoided budgeting because it triggered anxiety. After working with a financial coach, she began journaling about her money-related fears. She realized her avoidance stemmed from a belief that money always led to conflict. By facing this, she created a simple budget and started saving. Within a year, her stress diminished, not because her income changed, but because she changed, how she related to money. Rewire your relationship by viewing money as neutral, a tool, not a master. It's neither good nor evil. It's a resource you can direct toward your goals. Develop habits that reflect this mindset. Track your spending. Weekly, create a budget that aligns with your priorities, automate savings. These aren't restrictions. They're acts of empowerment. You're taking control, telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. Healing also means detaching your self-worth from your finances. Your value as a person isn't tied to your bank account. It's rooted in your character, your contributions, your growth. This shift frees you from the emotional roller coaster of financial ups and downs. You can celebrate a raise without arrogance and weather a setback without despair. Over time, your relationship with money becomes calmer, more grounded. You stop fearing wealth or feeling guilty for wanting it. You realize financial stability creates options to give generously, pursue passions, or build a legacy. Mastery doesn't mean never making mistakes. It means recovering quickly, learning from them, and trusting yourself to make sound decisions under pressure. Practical steps to heal your money relationship. Review your finances this week and write a paragraph about how each number, income, debt, savings, makes you feel. Create a simple budget and commit to following it for 30 days. Read one article or book chapter on overcoming money-related fears, such as The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Journal for 5 minutes daily about your earliest money memories and how they influence you today. Discuss your financial goals with a trusted friend or advisor to gain perspective. A healthy relationship with money is the foundation for implementing all other strategies. It allows you to act with clarity and confidence, free from emotional baggage. Strategy 4. Increase your value. Expand your income. Money flows to value. If you want to earn more, become more valuable. Not by working harder, but by solving bigger, more impactful problems. Most people try to boost income by doing more of the same, working longer hours, taking on extra tasks, chasing more clients. This leads to burnout, not wealth. The secret is leverage, offering greater value in less time, creating scalable income. Value comes from expertise, impact, and reliability. Become a master in your field. Study the best, not to mimic, but to surpass. For example, a software developer who learns cutting-edge AI frameworks can command higher rates than one who sticks to outdated skills. Focus on depth over breadth. Specialists earn more than generalists because they solve specific, high-stakes problems that others can't. Take Maria, a marketing assistant who felt stuck in a low-paying role. Instead of working overtime, she invested in learning data analytics, a high-demand skill. She took online courses and practiced on real-world projects. Within 18 months, she transitioned to a data-driven marketing role, doubling her salary. Her income grew not because she worked more hours, but because she solved more valuable problems. Your attitude is as critical as your skills. People pay for professionalism, energy, and trust. Be the person who shows up on time, communicates clearly, and delivers beyond expectations. These qualities make you irreplaceable. For instance, a freelancer who responds promptly and over-delivers builds a reputation that attracts premium clients, even in a crowded market. Invest in yourself before others invest in you. Read books, take courses, seek mentors. Every hour spent learning is a deposit in your future income. It's not instant, but it compounds. Consider spending 30 minutes daily studying a high-value skill. Over a year, that's 180 hours of growth, enough to transform your earning potential. Value also means solving problems for the right audience. Identify who needs your skills most and tailor your offerings to them. A graphic designer who creates branding for startups may earn more than one serving small local businesses, simply because startups have bigger budgets and higher stakes. Practical steps to increase your value. Identify one skill in your field to master this year, e.g., public speaking, coding, financial analysis. Ask a colleague or client for feedback on how you can improve your impact. Spend 30 minutes daily learning something that boosts your value, such as a course on Udemy or a podcast by industry leaders. Research your industries, highest paid roles, and list the skills they require. Create a small project, e.g., a blog post, a prototype, to showcase your expertise. When you become irreplaceable, opportunities chase you. You stop begging for work and start choosing between offers. This shift comes from intentional growth, not chance. Strategy 5. Balance vision with urgency. Financial mastery requires two forces: a clear vision of your future and the urgency to act now. Vision without action is a daydream. Urgency without direction is chaos. Together, they create unstoppable momentum. Most people drift because they lack a vivid financial vision. They know what they don't want: debt, stress, limitations, but haven't defined their ideal future. Take time to get specific. What does financial freedom look like for you? Is it a paid-off home, a thriving business, or the ability to travel without worry? How much income or savings do you need? What kind of impact do you want to make? Perhaps funding a scholarship or supporting a cause. Clarity gives your choices. Purpose, helping you say no to distractions and yes to what matters. For example, David, a teacher, felt trapped by his modest salary. He sat down and wrote a vision: owning a small rental property portfolio to retire early and volunteer abroad. This clarity helped him prioritize saving for a down payment over frivolous spending. Within 5 years, he owned 2 properties, generating passive income, all because he knew where he was going. Once you have a vision, act with urgency. Time is your most precious asset, and every day you delay costs you momentum. Urgency doesn't mean panic, it means refusing to procrastinate. Take one step today. Open an investment account, research a side hustle, enroll in a course. Action breeds clarity, waiting breeds doubt. For instance, starting a blog might feel daunting, but writing one post today reveals the next steps. Researching, SEO, building an audience, monetizing. Combine vision and urgency by setting long-term goals, e.g., save $100,000 in 10 years, and breaking them into daily habits, e.g., save $27 daily. Review your progress weekly to stay on track. Stay focused on what aligns with your vision, not what's trendy. A new cryptocurrency might tempt you, but if it doesn't fit your goal of stable investments, let it pass. This discipline outlasts hype and delivers results. Practical steps to balance vision and urgency. Write a detailed description of your financial vision for 5 years from now, including lifestyle, income, and impact. Take one action today that moves you toward that vision, such as saving $5 or researching a skill. Schedule a weekly 15-minute review of your goals and progress. Create a vision board with images and words representing your financial future. Share your vision with a mentor or friend for accountability. Your vision is your compass. Your urgency is your fuel. Together, they guide you to a future you've chosen, not one you've stumbled into. Strategy 6. Surround yourself with growth-oriented people. No one achieves financial mastery in isolation. Your network shapes your mindset, opportunities, and outcomes. Surround yourself with people who challenge you to grow, inspire you to aim higher, and hold you accountable to your potential. The wrong circle can keep you stuck. The right one can accelerate your success. Most people stagnate because their environment normalizes struggle. Friends who dismiss ambition, criticize effort, or resent wealth, however subtly, pull you down. For example, if your peers joke about rich people or say money isn't everything, they may unconsciously reinforce scarcity. To rise, upgrade your circle, not by becoming arrogant, but by prioritizing relationships that align with your goals. Seek out individuals who talk about ideas, not gossip, who challenge your goals, not your worth. You don't need a large network, just a few who share your values and hunger. Consider Jane, a small business owner who joined a local entrepreneurs group. She was intimidated at first, surrounded by more experienced peers, but their advice, encouragement, and accountability helped her refine her business model, tripling her revenue in 2 years. Be intentional about finding these connections. Join communities, attend industry events, or participate in online forums related to your goals. Be willing to be the least experienced person in the room. That's where growth happens. Platforms like LinkedIn or Meetup can connect you with like-minded individuals. If you're in a small town, virtual communities like mastermind groups or webinars can bridge the gap. Relationships are reciprocal. Don't just seek value, provide it. Listen actively, offer support, show up consistently. For example, if you're learning digital marketing, share an article with a peer or offer feedback on their campaign. Building trust, not transactions, creates lasting connections. People invest in those who invest in them. Mentors are critical. They've walked your path and can guide you past pitfalls. For instance, a mentor might warn you about a risky investment or teach you negotiation tactics. But mentorship requires humility. Drop the need to impress. Ask thoughtful questions, listen deeply, and act on their advice. A young entrepreneur who emails a mentor with specific questions, e.g., "How did you scale your first product?" is more likely to get a response than one seeking vague guidance. Practical steps to build your network. Join one community or event this month related to your financial or career goals, e.g., a local business meetup or an online course. Reach out to someone you admire and ask a specific question about their success. Offer value to someone in your network, such as sharing a resource or volunteering your skills. Identify one potential mentor and study their work before contacting them. Schedule a monthly coffee chat with a growth-oriented friend to discuss goals. Your circle shapes how you see yourself. Surround yourself with people who expand your thinking, and you'll start believing bigger things are possible. Strategy 7. Commit to consistency. Consistency is the engine of financial mastery. It's not about dramatic breakthroughs or viral moments. It's about small, intentional actions repeated daily that compound into extraordinary results. Wealth is built on habits, not luck or one-off wins. Most people fail because they lack staying power. They start strong, saving for a month, learning a skill for a week, but quit when results aren't immediate. They sprint crash, and restart, losing time and momentum. The secret is sustained effort. Saving $10 weekly for a year, $520, is more powerful than saving $500 once and stopping. Learning a skill for 30 minutes daily for 6 months, 90 hours, can make you an expert, while sporadic bursts yield little. Take Alex, who wanted to escape his dead-end job. He committed to learning web development for 1 hour daily. It felt slow at first, no clients, no portfolio. But after a year, he had built a website, landed freelance gigs, and eventually transitioned to a full-time developer role with a 50% salary increase. His consistency, not talent, made the difference. Consistency isn't perfection, it's resilience. When you slip, e.g., overspending 1 month, recover quickly. Adjust your plan and keep going. Identify core habits that move you toward your goals. Are tracking your spending, reviewing your budget weekly, automating savings, or studying your industry. Protect these habits like appointments. They're non-negotiable. The beauty of consistency is its accessibility. You don't need genius or resources, just discipline. Find your why, the reason you won't quit. It might be financial, freedom, providing for your family, or leaving a legacy. Remind yourself daily, perhaps by writing it on a sticky note or setting it as your phone's wallpaper. This anchor keeps you grounded when motivation fades. Silence is part of the process. Growth often feels invisible before it becomes undeniable. Trust the rhythm. Every choice, saving $5, reading a chapter, making a call, either pulls you closer to mastery or pushes you further away. Choose the former every day. Practical steps to commit to consistency. Choose one financial habit, e.g., saving $5 weekly, tracking expenses, and stick to it for 30 days. Track your progress in a journal or app to stay accountable. Celebrate small wins, like sticking to your habit for a week, to build momentum. Set a daily reminder to review your why and recommit to your goals. Partner with a friend to check in weekly on your habits. Consistency transforms potential into performance. It's the quiet force behind every success story. Strategy 8. Think like an owner. Income sustains today. Ownership builds tomorrow. Most people are conditioned to trade time for money, working for a paycheck, living for the next salary. While there's nothing wrong with earning through effort, this approach limits you to a finite resource, your hours. To achieve financial freedom, shift from earning to owning assets, systems, or outcomes that generate wealth beyond your direct. Labor ownership doesn't require vast wealth. It starts with a mindset. Stop consuming every dollar you earn. Instead, ask, what can I build that creates income while I sleep? This could be investments, stocks, real estate, a business, intellectual property, ebooks, courses, or a personal brand. The goal is leverage, value, that grows without constant effort. For example, Emily, a nurse, started a blog about healthcare tips. She spent evenings writing, initially earning nothing. After a year, her blog attracted sponsors and affiliate deals, generating $2,000 monthly. Passive income that grew while she worked her day job. Her shift from employee to owner mindset created options she never had before. Think like an investor, not just a worker. Evaluate opportunities for long-term value, not immediate cash. A $500 course that teaches you a high-demand skill might outweigh a $500 gadget that loses value. Take ownership of your skills, your process, your future. This shift requires courage. There's no guaranteed paycheck, no boss to blame, but it's liberating. When you own the results, you own the rewards. Start small, invest in a retirement account, launch a side hustle, create a product. For instance, selling a $20 digital guide 50 times earns $1,000 with minimal ongoing effort. Over time, these assets give you freedom to leave toxic jobs, prioritize family, or pursue passions. Ownership is the path to living on your terms. Practical steps to think like an owner. Research one asset you could own, e.g., index funds, a small business idea, and outline its potential. Save $50 this month toward an investment, such as a brokerage account. Read one article or book on building passive income, like Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Brainstorm one product or service you could create based on your skills. Review your spending and redirect one expense, e.g., a coffee habit, toward an asset. Ownership is about building systems that work for you. It's the difference between renting your life and owning it. Strategy. 9. Amplify your self-belief. No strategy succeeds without belief in your worth. Self-doubt is the silent saboteur of financial dreams. It makes you hesitate, undervalue your work, and shy away from risks. Not because you're incapable, but because you don't trust yourself. Self-belief is the thermostat of your success. It sets the limit of what you'll achieve. Belief is a muscle built through action. You don't need to feel ready to start. Launch the business idea, ask for the promotion, negotiate the contract. Each step, however small, provides evidence of your capability. When you fail, don't retreat. Learn, adjust, and keep going. Confidence grows in motion, not silence. Take Michael, who dreamed of starting a catering business, but doubted his skills. He started small, catering a friend's party for free. The positive feedback boosted his confidence, leading him to charge for events. Within a year, he had a steady client base. His belief grew not from waiting, but from doing. Rewire your self-talk. Stop calling yourself a failure after setbacks. Instead, say, I'm learning. Frame your story as a comeback, not a defeat. For example, instead of, I always mess up, say, I'm building resilience. Self-belief isn't about ignoring flaws. It's about choosing growth despite them. Doubt will always whisper, but belief can shout louder through practice. Your belief shapes your behavior. If you don't believe you deserve a higher salary, you won't negotiate. If you don't trust your ideas, you won't pitch them. Build evidence by taking small risks. Ask for a 10% raise, pitch a project, or share your work publicly. Each success, however minor, strengthens your confidence. Practical steps to amplify self-belief. Write down one doubt, e.g., I'm not skilled enough, and counter it with evidence of your capability, e.g., a past success. Take one bold action this week, like pitching an idea or asking for feedback. Visualize your confident self daily for 5 minutes, imagining how they act and feel. Keep a wins journal, noting one achievement daily, no matter how small. Affirm your worth daily with a phrase like, I am capable of creating wealth. Your belief sets your ceiling. Raise it by acting like the person you want to become, and your results will follow. Strategy 10. Act relentlessly. Ideas are worthless without execution. Financial mastery demands relentless, focused action, not sporadic bursts, but consistent steps toward your goals. The most successful people aren't always the smartest or most talented. They're the ones who move. Waiting for the perfect moment is a trap. If you delay until you're ready, you'll never begin. Action creates clarity. Apply for the job, start the side hustle, learn the skill. Don't let fear or indecision stall you. The longer you wait, the stronger doubt grows. The sooner you act, the weaker it becomes. Consider Rachel, who wanted to launch a podcast but feared she wasn't expert enough. She recorded one episode, imperfections and all. The feedback she received helped her improve, and within a year, her podcast had thousands of listeners and sponsorships. Her action, not her preparation, sparked her success. Action isn't about busyness. It's about doing what matters. Make a decision, follow through, review, adjust, repeat. This rhythm builds momentum and trust in yourself. For example, if your goal is to invest, start by researching one fund today, open an account tomorrow, and invest a small amount next week. Each step reveals the next. Don't announce every move. Let your results speak. The time you spend planning could be spent building. The time you spend worrying could be spent executing. Your breakthrough lies in your next decision, not a perfect strategy. Practical steps to act relentlessly. Identify one action you've delayed, e.g., starting a project, and do it this week. Break a big goal into 3 small steps and complete. 1 today. Review your progress weekly to stay on track and adjust as needed. Set a 24-hour rule. Act on any new idea within 24 hours, even if it's a small step. Eliminate one distraction, e.g., social media for an hour, to focus on action. The gap between where you are and where you want to be is filled with action. Stop doubting, stop delaying, and start building. Conclusion: your financial destiny awaits. Financial mastery is not a gift bestowed by luck or circumstance. It's a choice you make every day. The 10 strategies outlined here: embracing an abundance mindset, forging a wealth-building identity, healing your relationship with money, increasing your value, balancing vision with urgency, surrounding yourself with growth-oriented people, committing to consistency, thinking like an owner, amplifying self-belief, and acting relentlessly, are your roadmap to a life of freedom, impact, and abundance. This journey will challenge you. You'll face doubts, setbacks, and moments where progress feels elusive. But if you stay committed to these principles, you'll transform, not just your finances, but your entire life. You'll move from reacting to circumstances to designing your future, from surviving to thriving, from chasing money to commanding it. Your future is not a lottery ticket. It's a legacy you build with every decision. Start today. Choose one strategy and take one step. Rewrite your story with habits, courage, and belief. You don't need permission or guarantees. You have your mind, your time, and these tools. Decide now that your financial destiny will be different, and let your actions prove it. The life you envision is waiting, not for someone to hand it to you, but for you to claim it.